Good morning, cheese on toast.
Aaron.
Not here.
Tom.
Present.
Elisa.
Present.
David.
Yep.
Jesse.
Present.
So yeah, I think the whole pop music and alternative music kind of blending. I don't know. It seems to be something that's kind of happened a lot in recent music. I think with bands like, especially New Zealand, with bands like the Midchicks and James Duncan and things like that. Yeah, Lady Hawk as well. I think it's kind of a. I don't know. I guess people are just more widely accepting things on the radio. I think.
I think Radiohead's a huge crossover.
Radiohead. That's a good
At
point.
some point in their career, they did with the Creep.
Yeah, I mean, I think it happens. Oh, it used to happen, kind of sparsely, but it's happening more often. Like things like NGMT and Passion Pit. Obviously, that's kind of like, I guess, people are comparing things like Youngblood to. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that's just happening now. I hope it keeps going that way. I hope alternative music keeps finding its way into the mainstream and sort of infiltrating, I guess.
Do you have a sense of about why? Why it's happening more, or do you think?
I don't know.
I think people are after a fresh noise.
Yeah.
I mean, Youngblood kind of showed it. It's like it's a big pop song, but at the same time, it's there's a lot of raw elements to it, and fresh sounds that people may not have heard on the radio for a while, and as well as being this catchy song, it's got these these fresh noises that people are really kind of getting into.
I think maybe even guitar music in general might be kind of making its way back into people's. Like it just seems like for a while, especially when I was growing up, like people really just didn't get guitar music. Like rock music was really, I don't know. Some people just really were afraid of it, And I guess maybe it's making its way back, and people are kind of becoming more accepting of it and opening their minds a bit, I guess. So I'd like to hope so, anyway. Yeah.
Well, basically, a demo usually forms itself from Tom and Lisa, and then kind of makes its way over to me, and we Tom and I bring in the production stuff on it and add layers, take layers away from it, and then from that we generally take it into kind of rehearsal room, live band stage, and that's where David and Jesse join in, and we really produce the song further as as playing it as a live band as well. And from that we then quite often we jump back into a studio environment and properly kind of studio produce the track. Is that about right?
Yeah. I mean, there's 5 of us in a studio working on what you hear is the album. So there's a definite band idea to what the Naked and Famous is, but yeah, it goes through kind of different stages.
It's got 3 main kind of parts to it. Going from original demo to produced track to full live band recording, I guess.
There's lots of Pro Tool sessions that get passed around. That works with us.
It's our version of jamming a song, pretty much.
Yeah.
Passing Pro Tool sessions back and forth. And
Lots of USB sticks.
yeah.
But by breaking it up into the different sections, it's a streamlined process where it all happens a lot faster, compared to if there's 5 of us working on it at all stages, it, can slow things down. So this way we can get a lot more done a lot faster, from like an idea of a song to a completed track. We can, it happens a lot faster this way.
And how long were you working on this record, on the album?
Since the start of 2009, so it's been about a year.
It's just been gradual, like writing, rehearsing, recording, ideas and stuff. I mean, the bulk of the album recording was done in a very short space of time, something like 2 weeks, but just the process of putting all the ideas for the demos together and stuff has just been quite gradual, and there were a couple of like stressy last minute decisions and whatnot, but yeah, it was a pretty wonderful year, 2009. I don't think we would have done anything differently when we started. We were pretty naive to like how the music industry in New Zealand works, and everything that we did when we released our first 2 EPs on Round Trip Mars, we were just discovering how to be musicians, and we weren't like consciously making an effort to pull a fast one on anyone, if you know what I mean. It was just we didn't have a live band, so we went into a studio. We thought that was the focal point of what we were doing. We wrote songs, we released EPs, and they did really well, and I guess a couple of people got really pissed off because it was in their eyes incredibly successful or whatever, or we didn't, I don't know. It just seems like any of the sort of criticism we've received is pretty shallow and doesn't really mean anything. It just seems like I don't know, 5 jealous hipsters who've been struggling to write, I don't know, a song that's been as successful as Young Blood. It's not like, you know, we paid off some music mafia to get where we are. You know, we've worked hard and we've made music that people have enjoyed, and I don't know. Yeah. It's a weird question, a weird thing to try and answer, but yeah.
I think it's almost like high school, getting picked on for getting a straight A, you know, and there's a lot of hard work that people don't necessarily see always happening behind what people read. And I think a lot of people just completely forget all the hard work we've actually done to get to where we are now. I mean, there's a lot of things that we don't do. We don't go out every weekend and, you know, party and do all that kind of stuff. We're pretty focused and driven people, and we write all the time, and we're really focused on being good songwriters, good artists in general, and I think that people forget that about us.
No.
No, the other way.
No. Yeah, there we go.
This is our album, Passive Me Aggressive You, and it's out on September 6th. Go out and buy one because it's awesome.
Buy it. Don't put it on clients, please.
Don't
Give it a week.
Don't
maybe.
drag it into your shared folder all the time. Just don't do that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Cheese on Toast.